The Confessions of Saint Augustine, Book 10, Chapter 32. With the allurements of smells, I am not much concerned. When absent, I do not miss them. When present, I do not refuse them, yet ever ready to be without them. So I seem to myself, perchance I am deceived. For that also is a mournful darkness whereby my abilities within me are hidden from me, so that my mind, making enquiry into herself of her own powers, ventures not readily to believe herself, because even what is in it is mostly hidden, unless experience reveal it. And no one ought to be secure in that life, the whole whereof is called a triumph, that he who has been capable of worse to be made better may not likewise of better be made worse. Our only hope, only confidence, only assured promise is your mercy. Chapter 33. The delights of the ear had more firmly entangled and subdued me, but you did loosen and free me. Now, in those melodies which your words breathe song into, when sung with a sweet and attuned voice, I do a little repose, yet not so as to be held thereby, but that I might disengage myself when I will. But with the words which are their life, and whereby they find admission into me, themselves seek in my affections a place of some estimation, and I can scarcely assign them one suitable. For at one time I seem to myself to give them more honor than is seemly, feeling our minds to be more holy and fervently raised into a flame of devotion by the holy words themselves when thus sung, than when not, and that the several affections of our spirit, by a sweet variety, have their own proper measures in the voice and singing, by some hidden correspondence wherewith they are stirred up. But this contentment of the flesh, to which the soul must not be given over to be enervated, does oft beguile me, the sense not so waiting upon reason as patiently to follow her, but having been admitted merely for her sake, it strives even to run before her and lead her. Thus, in these things I unawares sin, but afterwards am aware of it. At other times, shunning over anxiously this very deception, I err in too great strictness, and sometimes to that degree as to wish the whole melody of sweet music which is used to David's Psalter banished from my ears, and the churches too, and that mode seems to me safer, which I remember to have been often told me of Athanasius, Bishop of Alexandria, who made the reader of the psalm utter it with so slight inflection of voice that it was near speaking than singing. Yet again, when I remember the tears I shed at the psalmody of your church in the beginning of my recovered faith, and how at this time I am moved, not with the singing, but with the things sung, when they are sung with a clear voice and modulation most suitable, I acknowledge the great use of this institution. Thus I fluctuate between perils of pleasure and approved wholesomeness, inclined the rather, thou not as pronouncing an irrevocable opinion, to approve of the usage of singing in the church, that so by the delight of the ears the weaker minds may rise to the feeling of devotion. Yet when it befalls me to be more moved with the voice than the words sung, I confess to have sinned penally, and then had rather not hear music. See now my estate, weep with me, and weep for me, ye who so regulate our feelings within, as that good action ensures. For you who do not act these things touch not you. But you, O Lord my God, hearken, behold and see, and have mercy and heal me, you, in whose presence I have become a problem to myself, and that is my infirmity.